Dudes, I'm interrupting your regularly scheduled program for something a little different. I'm typically doing music stuff, but this thing just came out. The new Viltrox 28mm pancake lens. I got introduced to a hack that turns this thing into an anamorphic powerhouse. So what the hell is anamorphic? Anamorphic lenses are specialized lenses that give you a wider aspect ratio. They basically compress the image horizontally. That prints onto your sensor or your film. It gives you a wider field of view than the standard lens in the same focal length. When I started this YouTube channel, the first 10 or 20 videos were shot on an iPhone. That's all I had. But what I really quickly noticed was that I always got really tight. I always zoomed into everything. I liked really tight shots, really close up. And there are two reasons for this. Number one, I'm typically shooting beautifully designed instruments like this TX6 mixer by Teenage Engineering. I mean, look at this thing, dude. It's got leather on the back. I shoot that thing from back here with all this other crap going on. And the second reason is there are less variables to deal with. You know, I'm not shooting epic adventures or epic landscapes, but if I'm using an anamorphic lens that inherently has a wider field of view, I just might catch some underwear drying on a rack in my neighbor's backyard that I can't do anything about. But as a result of shooting things so up close and tight, when I sense something happening over and over again, I flip into contrary action. And abiding by the laws of cosmic universal harmony, baby, the Viltrox 28mm is released. It's compact, it's a prime lens, so you gotta use your feet, or you have to deal with the wide focal length and anything that's in your frame. You've gotta creatively balance things to work. It's exactly what I needed. Why is this dude talking about anamorphics? Because of this, dude. This is an adapter that makes it possible to use the Viltrox 28mm lens with this. This is an anamorphic lens by a company called Moment that was designed to use with an iPhone. The Moment lenses have a particular connection on the back of them, so what I did was I went ahead and I printed one of these that work with the Moment lens, and it works beautifully. If it's good enough for Scorsese, dude, it's good enough for me. Always Scorsese. It's really easy to install. It just slides over the Viltrox lens. It stays on with tension, so no double-sided tape or extra pieces are necessary or anything. And I made sure that there was an opening so that you could still open and close the lens cover on the Viltrox if you feel like it. The Moment lens also, it's really easy. It's like a keyhole, so you put it in and turn it, and there you go. I put the print files up on novaktheenjoyer.com. I also have pre-made ones that you can get as well if you don't have a 3D printer. There's this other channel called Rencliffe Media on YouTube. He talks about a website called unravel.com. That website is really helpful for identifying what you're shooting in and what aspect ratio you need to set in a custom timeline for DaVinci Resolve. I'll link everything in the description, but I'm down for a quickie. I shoot everything in 4K, so in DaVinci Resolve, I set up a new timeline with a custom aspect ratio of 3840 by 1608. That's what it says that I should do on unravel.com. Just make sure that you've selected the fit to screen option. And after that, you select your film file in the editor and then unlink the zoom boxes and type in your squeeze factor in the box on the left. So for example, my Moment lens has a 1.55x squeeze. So in that box, I'll type 1.55 and it'll de-squeeze that for you.
Subscribe if you like what you see. Baby, give me your thumbs up if it tickles your feet.
Listen, dude, it's not sharp, okay? I mean, you've got a good between of relatively good sharpness, but beyond that, it falls off. It's like synthesizers. I compare everything to synthesizers in my life, but sometimes you just want that clinical precision, that perfect oscillator that never wavers because you're scoring Dune or something. And then other times you just want to do some spice, man, and just listen to that oscillator waver and struggle to stay in tune. This option is like 99% cheaper than any other anamorphic option that you have. So it's a really great way to try it out and get used to it. Practice with it before you decide you want to spend an arm and a leg on the real thing. Is this video gonna throw my algorithm off because I'm doing something about cameras now? Hopefully this was interesting and informative. And hopefully you use this anamorphic hack to set out on an epic adventure of your own. Thank you so much for watching. Later, dudes.